After hearing what their father allegedly did to Cassie, Doyle's daughters reportedly dropped the Combs name, and everyone is talking about it. It's not just bold, it's loud, personal, and impossible to ignore. This isn't just a quiet move behind the scenes. They are severing ties in the most visible way possible, and that says it all.
How'd it go today? Congratulations at NYU, Chance. Back up.
Let's discuss what this name change actually means and why it might be the turning point for the, Combs family. At this point, everyone is aware that Diddy is involved in a legal mess. The headlines have been crazy, but what actually happens in those courtrooms is what most people haven't seen. There are layers to this that are much darker than the public realizes. We are talking about graphic testimony, secret footage, and allegations so serious that even his closest friends and family are keeping quiet. This isn't just a messy gossip loop. It's all happening in real time, with real evidence before actual judges, and this is where things really start to fall apart. Cassie, who spent more than 10 years with Diddy, arrived at court and gave testimony that left everyone in the room stunned. She came in composed, but what she said hit her like a kick to the gut. She talked about how she was young and in love, thinking she was pursuing a dream of becoming a musician. But instead, she entered a nightmare that was much darker than anyone had anticipated. That's when Cassie really opened up and began talking about these things Diddy called offs. And no, it wasn't just some wild nights. These were blatantly unsettling setups that she was forced to run and participate in. She was just starting out in the industry, barely in her 20s, and had no idea what she was. She indicated when she entered that Diddy was in charge of everything, including who arrived, what she dressed in, what she took, and how she behaved. She claimed that everything was planned out and that she had no influence over any of it. Diddy allegedly recorded everything during these sessions, which lasted for days rather than just a few hours. Cassie claimed that she felt trapped, scared, and pressured to do things she had never agreed to. He allegedly used those videos as leverage to keep her and other people silent. That's not love. It's manipulation masquerading as power. It's not care. It's just control. And just when you think it can get any more twisted, it does. According to Cassie, Diddy wasn't only in charge of what transpired during those sessions, he monitored her even outside of them, and she claimed that he had people watching her to make sure she didn't act inappropriately. Everything was meticulously planned, from the clothes she wore to the lighting in the room, and he was calling every shot like a movie director with complete control. However, just when you thought this story couldn't get any more bizarre, one of the most bizarre testimonies came from a male escort who claimed that he was invited to one of these offs, thinking it would just be him and Cassie. However, Diddy appeared in the corner, grinning, and said he liked what he saw. The man froze, saying that the moment made him feel completely violated and unsafe. If you thought it couldn't get any messier, it does. The same witness revealed another shocking detail. He claimed that when he walked in, he found Cassie already engaged in an intimate moment with another man. But when the two men accidentally locked eyes, it was game over. Dottie allegedly lost it and snapped at the man to stop staring at him. The man quickly backed down and apologized as if his life depended on it, while Cassie ran across the room, obviously freaked out, but Diddy told her to get back in position as if it were nothing. The escort talked about entering rooms that appeared to have been used for hours, with towels scattered everywhere, baby oil dripping, and half-empty bottles of lube everywhere. He claimed that he only got paid if he carried out the acts Diddy had planned, and that most of the time Cassie gave him the money. However, Diddy came out and asked him casually if he got his money, as if it were just another business transaction. He acknowledged that he never even asked for money, and he felt fortunate to be in the company of celebrities. However, Diddy did something that changed the entire atmosphere. He took the man's driver's license to take a picture of it, and with that, everything changed. It was no longer about money or influence. It was about fear. If all of that seems terrible to us, Just think of how it must have been for his closest loved ones, especially his daughters. For them, this isn't just a headline or a hot topic. It's their real life collapsing in front of them. It is a different level of misery. To sit in court and hear the most horrific information about their own father while cameras flash and bloggers go crazy. If we are this horrified by hearing about it secondhand, you can bet they have already experienced much worse things behind closed doors. Walking away from the Combs name may be the first genuine step toward peace that brings us to Diddy's daughters, Jessie and Delilah. After sitting through all of that, they were spotted leaving the courtroom shortly after Cassie's testimony. They were seen with their heads down and their faces tight. You could feel the weight of the room shift, and honestly, who could blame them after everything they heard?
You guys really sat through that whole case and kept your spirits high. I really like that for y'all. That looks great. Keep your spirits up, y'all. You're doing great. And y'all are eating it. Y'all look good.
Step to the side, please.
Y'all are beautiful. Keep smiling. Keep your spirits
How
up.
are you guys feeling? How'd it go today?
Step to the side, please.
They did their thing in there.
How was
They,
it seeing your father today?
Congratulations at NYU, champ. Give us a little space. Give us a little space. Give us a little space. Step to the side, please. Excuse me. Watch out, watch out. Give us a little space, please. Come on, give us a little space.
Shortly after, rumors began to circulate that the girls were covertly changing their last name. Given everything they had witnessed and heard, it is surprising that they haven't come out publicly. But this move says it all. They are not merely separating from Diddy. They are severing their relationship in the most potent and symbolic way possible. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more serious, unexpectedly, just days after the first week of Diddy's trafficking trial was over, Jessica and Delilah appeared at their high school prom. Wearing matching red gowns with beaded off-the-shoulder sleeves, the twins appeared joyful, radiant, and unconcerned, at least on the surface. It was the kind of moment that made people on the internet wonder, wait, what? It felt like a gentle reset in the midst of chaos, and despite everything going on, the girls were obviously still trying to celebrate their milestones and not let the chaos around their dad ruin that for them. The prom took place in downtown Los Angeles, and with all eyes on their family, they appeared to just want one night to feel normal. Their dates took them outside the venue, and they posed for pictures as though nothing was going on, smiling, and laughing as if they were not living in the midst of a media storm. They gave off the impression that they were saying, "We are still here," or trying to show the world they were not letting this break them felt like their way of standing tall without saying a word. Online users felt that because, at the end of the day, they are just teenagers attempting to maintain a sense of normalcy while everything around them is collapsing. And let's be honest, it's difficult not to wonder if that prom night was more than just a celebration. The prom wasn't just a photo op. It was a small act of rebellion. Not everyone applauded that change, and some people undoubtedly had something to say about it. Reclaiming their story was a chance to be noticed and smile, even if it meant moving away from the Combs name. Diddy's decision to take his children to court was attacked by some, who claimed it was self-serving and that he was using them for publicity rather than for their protection, which made it even more revealing. Even they appear to acknowledge that it was excessive because Jessie and Delilah did leave the courtroom during the most graphic portions of the testimony, which included the male escort recounting an encounter between Cassie and Diddy.
How did you all feel about opening statements today? How did you all feel about opening statements today? Hello.
Some online users adopted a more detached attitude, arguing that it was crucial that Diddy's daughters endure the harsh realities being presented in court. One extremely popular comment struck a chord. If Diddy's daughters are too young to hear Cassie was too young to be trafficked by their father, that's such a crazy perspective. In reality, Cassie was only a year older than them when it all began, and the comparison caused people to stop scrolling and actually sit with it. What does that say about what Cassie was going through at their age? That contrast didn't just spark discussion, it broke something. Even though most people on the internet have expressed sympathy for Jesse and Delilah, viewing them as victims of their circumstances rather than targets for blame, many people are still wondering why they were there in the first place. One user wrote, "Why were his daughters there in the first place? Every adult involved should have their heads examined." Open people began to realize that this wasn't just a messy case. It was a deeper reflection of power, silence, and trauma in real time. Another wrote, "He shouldn't have had his daughters. They are given the charges, but that shows you that he was only considering himself and his defense." Since the silence from the rest of Diddy's children, and even his mother, is beginning to speak louder than any statement ever could, dropping the Combs name isn't just about a new label. It's about regaining their peace, their safety, and the girls' safety. In the future, they are worthy of their decision. Went viral online because they aren't acting like everything is great. It's not just daring, it's very important. Speaking of fallout, the name change by Diddy's daughters Jesse and Delilah is one of the loudest statements yet. But whether it becomes official or not, it's obvious that they are done being associated with this humiliating experience. Cassie's testimony wasn't a one-time event. It detailed years of humiliation, as evidenced by the 2016 video that shows Diddy attacking her in a hotel hallway.
Let me meet you at the mirror. Oh my god. Who is he?
No, it's just a...
Wow, I'm about to cry.
If you are following this story, please hit the like button and leave your thoughts in the comments section. I would love to know what you think about Diddy's daughters taking this action, and I assure you that there will be much more to come. The trial isn't even finished yet, but one thing is already clear. The fallout is hitting everyone close to Diddy, and this name change is just the beginning.